Why not?
Well, I think, I don't know that it's an issue, but I think that we just.
Well, there's an opportunity, there's an opportunity.
I don't think it is.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the commissioner meeting, November 7th, 2025. Let's start off with pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start off here with the approve the minutes from the October 16th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 16th is submitted.
I second that.
No other discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And approve accounts payable vouchers.
I make a motion to approve the accounts payable vouchers as submitted.
I'll second that.
No other discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And approve the payroll docket.
Motion to approve payroll docket is submitted.
I second that.
No other discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And next up, county employee health insurance renewal. Yeah,
She was.
There she is.
So I think you guys have some documents in front of you that they're printed out for you. The one that looks like, I don't know if you're gonna, I don't know if you got sent these in an email or if they, or what, but I can send those to you too. But I think Heather's waiting on getting something that looks a little bit more clean. There's a whole bunch of renewal numbers in a packet. The highlights of it is for our medical, our stop loss renewal was at 4.8% increase, which right now the trend is 12 to 18% of an increase. And they're considering like a really good renewal rate to be a 6 to 12%. So with that 4.8, we're coming in well below that, which is probably a great or an excellent renewal rate. We are at an 8.7% increase on potential claims. And with these increases, it does cost us a little bit more, so we are gonna increase our rates to the employees. The plus spouse plan and the plus family plans are gonna stay the same, so those rates aren't gonna change. But the individual employee rates are gonna go from $35.35 a pay to $40 a pay. When looking at dental, there was a 13.5% increase. Which I think it amounts to about $3 more a month, not per pay, for a single employee on the plan. The insurance committee voted in favor of adding the Proactive MD, which is a network clinic. So for us here in Madison, that's the Madison Health Clinic. What that's gonna do is offer 2 plans for employees. So they're both gonna cost the same, regardless of which one the employee chooses. The first one is gonna stay the same as it is right now, so no changes. Keep going forward with $40 per pay. The second one is going to mirror the first option with one change, and it's going to allow them to use the Madison Health Clinic as their primary care provider, their PCP. So with that, they're gonna be able to go get diagnostics ran, do their well checks, use it as like an urgent care. They should be able to get in within 24 to 48 hours. They also have a telehealth service where you're not getting a random, you'll actually get like your PCP, which is helpful if you're traveling or, anything like that. And it also comes with, like, if you're prescribed something in that moment by your provider at the health clinic, you can walk away with your prescriptions with no cost to you. You're not having to pay a pharmacy cost for that. The difference between this and what we've done in the past is that the county will pay per person who opts into that plan and not everyone in the county having to have that plan. So the cost to the county is a plan basis. So if it's a family, everyone on the plan will have to pay. But it's $65 for an adult and $35 for a kid. And because of the increased cost to the county with this plan and not an increased cost to the employee, if an employee chooses to stay with the PCP that they have now currently, but also elects to go to this clinic, they're gonna have a higher copay with their PCP, their current one, if they're not gonna use the clinic as a PCP. So that's the only difference between those two plans. Specialists, everything like that, like you're still gonna have the same copays and rates as what you have now. When it comes to vision and other voluntary benefits, those are all on a rate block right now, so they will not be changing. And what you have in front of you, contract wise, is for our stop loss renewal, and I think the custom design renewal all wrapped in one that needs your signature. If you have questions, I'll try my best to answer them. And that's a brief summary.
The insurance committee this is their recommendation, and
Yes.
it would be silly
It
to
was a
say.
unanimous
It would be
recommendation.
silly to say, oh, no, we didn't. Sorry, yeah. So, I make a motion, we accept the proposal for the healthcare benefits for 2026 as presented.
I'll second too.
Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
All right. Do you want to sign a copy from each of us, or do you?
Just to her,
Just
one copy, and I don't need a thing again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, signing it and signing. I just got one signature, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Next up, interlocal agreement, Jefferson County, Town of Hanover, zoning enforcement.
So,
Good morning, sir.
good morning. So, disclosure, so I represent the town of Hanover and I represent the county. And so
Are you gonna
I
have a
can't-
discussion with yourself here?
Yeah, right? So I'm just here to facilitate this discussion. I'm not negotiating on behalf of either entity, but just making a full disclosure. But we do have Debbie Kroger here, and Scott from Town of Hanover, and then we also have Josh and Taylor from Planning and Zoning. So I'll kick it off with just a very simple discussion, which is that the Town of Hanover is in need. They have a number of building inspector projects as well as floodplain administration, with also some zoning permit issues. And they are having trouble finding qualified individuals to actually occupy that position and carry out those duties for the town of Hanover. Josh Klein, the county has made an amazing hire in Josh Klein. He's very, very good at his job, and as is Taylor. The two of them have been really, really good at doing those services for the county. So the town of Hanover has reached out to Josh, asking if there was some way that Josh could assist the town in the administration of some of their duties and carrying out their building inspection duties, floodplain administration, zoning permit. There was a small group that met, not a quorum of any of the governing bodies, but just to discuss what those potential options might look like, what the requirements would be. And based on the notes from that small discussion meeting, I generated what would be a potential interlocal agreement between the town of Hanover and the county for administration of those services. The town of Hanover at their most recent meeting reviewed it and have now sent it to the commissioners as a proposal. So the town of Hanover is making a request of the county to consider this interlocal as a proposal to allow the town of Hanover to also utilize the services of Josh and Taylor in exchange for the town of Hanover providing some funding. So that's the highlights of it. And with that, I mean, if Debbie, if you don't mind coming up and chatting a little bit more about it. Put you on the spot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Debbie.
Yes, so Scott Williams has been doing our building inspecting. We do have a subdivision that's going in. We have a lot of people, inquiring about putting more subdivisions in out there. We're probably averaging, how many, Scott, do you think? Building permits
Oh,
a
God,
week?
he's put 12 houses in this summer over there.
Yeah, so
I had
got two or three.
Homeowners and stuff.
And then the floodplain, you know, IDEM has reached out, not IDEM, but DNR has reached out, FEMA has reached out and said, where are you at on a building inspector? We've tried to get people to apply. It's not a full-time position for us. So that's where we're having some difficulty finding somebody. We had that flood that happened and some things didn't get examined like they should have, or paperwork shouldn't have been. So they're kind of on us a little bit saying, hey, where are you at on this? I mentioned Josh's name and they were like, oh my gosh, he would be great. Yes, I hope that works out for you guys. So
You have such a reputation.
I know. They knew his name and they were like, yes, he would be great. So we would appreciate your consideration to this because it would help us out a lot. So. Any questions?
I got one.
Okay.
Say he makes a ruling and somebody wants to appeal it and maybe take legal action. Does that fall back on Hanover or the county?
Hanover. So Hanover would continue to have its own Board of Zoning Appeals, its own Plan Commission. That Board of Zoning Appeals would be in charge of making any zoning determinations. All appeals would be to that Board of Zoning Appeals, and then any legal would be handled by Hanover.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Question.
Anything else? Okay.
Josh, did you want to talk about, like, I mean, because some of this came from, I mean, the request is to split your time, so.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. If you got questions, that's fine. But yes, Hanover had, I think they've struggled for 3 or 4 years, probably trying to keep somebody in over there. And they kind of got a little bit of a mess going, I believe. So I have talked to DNR a little bit. I don't think there'll be any major issues there. And it's really just mainly be permitting. We'll be taking care of the permitting for them as far as people coming in to pull a building permit and doing the inspections. And floodplain, I don't think it'll be all that much there, but that goes with building permits anyway, so. Yeah, any questions for me on that?
Will all the permitting fees stay in the county then, or will we be paying that back to Hanover?
The permitting fees would have to go back to Hanover, so it'd be Hanover's permitting fees, yeah.
Okay, so is that written in the interlocal of how it'll be, like, is that on a monthly basis or?
Awesome question. I don't think so.
There is something in there that says that we'll want the fees and they're trying to handle it, but I don't believe there's anything in there that says actual time.
Right.
I just know that
We
people
go in
always
there.
come back to bite
Yeah.
us whenever that's not clear.
Is that something that would be helpful in there?
Yeah, and
I mean, it says on a monthly basis.
it does say
that's
monthly
okay.
basis.
You know, 4D.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah. It
Yeah,
does, it does
monthly
sound-
basis.
Okay. And then, my only other, I know that council was kind of concerned with, that amount and it not being clear as to if that's to cover his mileage and, a pay increase, obviously, and then the retirement and social security amounts that would be coming along, or how that would be divided up and who would determine that raise amount.
I'm not sure you get to choose. You can, give us a recommendation.
That's-
It's-
I mean, I'm turning it over to Josh because Josh had some thoughts just sort of about the finances of it, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just-
We
He is.
probably need to sit down and get
Yeah.
a little more
Okay.
detail, probably with you.
With the, yeah, so the council was very intrigued before this was signed and done. They wanted to know how those
Okay.
moving pieces were gonna work.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
We
my
can try-
understanding was that
work on that.
25 was the ball, like, was supposed to
Was
be.
everything.
Was everything.
Right.
And so then, seeing how that all breaks down, I think, yeah, makes good sense.
Okay.
You want me to go through Pat on that, breaking that down, or how do we want to work that out?
I would definitely reach out to the council first and start that conversation that this amount is what is coming to the county, and then maybe an estimated mileage that you would be traveling, and then if there's an additional insurance cost for taking on the extra, then
There's nothing.
there's no liability wise. Okay. So those are the things that they will want to know. since they said.
Yeah, I checked with the insurance company, there was nothing,
There was nothing extra.
as long as it was an interlocal, then it still falls under the county's insurance. It's not anything added to that.
So we come up with a mileage estimate and a breakdown of the potential pay increases that we should be able to pull out, like FICA and retirement benefits, extrapolated from those bases and see what
Yeah.
all adds up.
Yeah, because I'll have to add that as an additional appropriation since the budget's already been submitted.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'll work with Josh on getting some additional details from him, and then I'll get with you to run
Okay.
the math to see like how it all fits together as one piece.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
You.
So no official action on it this morning,
Right.
obviously. We'll get to that additional information
That sounds
to
good.
both the council and to the board and keep it moving.
Yes, sir. That's very good.
Like more of this that we can work out, the better. you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, we've done one with the county of Scott County on some things, but more of that because it just, as finances get tighter and tighter, the things that we can do to kind of help each other out is a good thing.
Okay, great.
All right.
We'll revisit this soon. And Deb, you couldn't make a better pick.
I know.
DNR knows them, that's gotta be.
That speaks volumes.
It does. And they spoke well of him, not that they said, oh, no, not him.
I believe he's very thorough with his job here in the county, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got good help in the office, so.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I would agree with that.
yeah,
as well.
behind every good man
Well,
and, yeah.
we know, in fact,
This might be something that can be done before the first of the year. Is that kind of like, we have like a time frame that.
See, why not?
Make that-
yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I think you just work in the
We have
details.
that information, we have a council meeting on November 18th.
Okay,
So hopefully they could kind of talk that through then and maybe have their input on it and then it could come back at the last meeting, if not even the 1st of December.
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd write that down. Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Debbie. Bye, Scott.
Bye.
Y'all have a good day. Next up, our county RDA appointment. We have submitted here Kevin Kellums. Any discussion or?
I think Kevin's done an admirable job of bringing or helping to bring our RDA projects, already 1 and 2 projects to the county. I think that, or maybe not. I don't know. So, yeah, I think we need to reappoint Kevin to the RDA, so I'll make a motion that we appoint him to the Regional Development Authority. Our Southern.
It's yeah.
Our Southern Indiana RDA. That was stupid because they've got 1 Southern Indiana and then there's our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll second Dave's motion.
Okay. No other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Then on your agenda, you'll see opioid settlement funding distribution. And we need to kind of bring these out to the public and then probably ought to vote on this. Yeah. So first, court services, opioid remediation, one time, 58,473. Axon Justice Program, Prosecutor's Office Software, 16,000 a year at 5 years.
motion?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sit and meditate. We, you know, the county has received a large sum of money and that it will continue for a number of years. And yes, we've been a little slow, I know, for some folks to in distributing this, but we have, I mean, I think we wanted to make sure that these funds, there was enough available to run an addiction treatment program in the jail, and not knowing exactly what that would be, so we kind of were waiting to figure those things out. But I think we've got it figured out. The city and ourselves and Bethany Legacy Foundation have put together some things that are gonna keep this, sustain it for a while. So that's a good thing, because that was one of the, I know when we went, I'm getting a little long-winded, I'm a politician now. When we were building the jail, we knew we could not build a jail large enough if we didn't try to do something to help with the addiction problem. And so that we wanted to make sure that we're gonna have something there to try to help. I think we learned going through the design and development of the jail that sometimes you can have the best program in the world, but if that person doesn't feel they need help, it's lost on them. So, I think the program that's been selected for the jail will work with those that know indeed they need help and want help, and so that's a good thing. But with these other funds, they're gonna do some things outside of the jail, but hopefully keep people from going into the jail to start with, and help support those sorts of things in our county. So I make a motion that we approve the $58,473 for the court services.
Scudder, wasn't it?
Hmm?
Or Suter.
No, that's the next one, for the salary for 2026. What was the full title that you wrote in there?
Opioid, opioid remediation.
Opioid remediation slot
Yeah.
for court services, and then $16,000 a year for 5 years for the Acts and Justice program that David Sutter had asked for.
Second that motion.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Both of those. Okay, well, that's the end of the agenda. Now we look at some department updates, and I don't know who's up first. We get it. You're sitting in the front.
I'll do.
You're not gonna hand it off to?
No.
He was all ready.
I was waiting on
He was
it.
ready this
I was
time. I
waiting
could.
on it.
You're not gonna be away from the camera very long. I understand.
Well, yeah, you know, get my good side. We're gonna be hunting, man, don't worry. Been a wild 2 weeks here, so, yeah. Well, the guys have been out, crack sealing on several roads here lately, trying to keep up our preventive maintenance out that way. I don't honestly know how many cracks or how many roads yet we've gotten completed, but they have
A
been,
number.
yes.
And I don't know if normally in this time of the year, that's an option, but it seems like with the weather is the way it has been, it kind of
Yeah,
maybe a little bit.
seeing
more
that
procedure.
machine's extremely hot, it's perfect weather.
Okay,
for it,
okay.
So, yeah. And then,
So they're-
Dave O'Meara has finished paving all of our community crossing roads for the year, except for Esplano Drive. There was some setback on it with some curbing issues. They got that resolved. I'm hoping it'll be done here first of next week. Esplano will be done. We will have,
Make the wait a couple days.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 20s that morning.
yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a little better weather. But we do have to come back in. We will have to put some, dirt in some yards to maintain a grade for water to flow to the curb the correct way. So, but it looks really good. It seems that everybody's pretty thrilled and happy with it. So we was a little worried there for a minute, but yeah, everybody's give very good reviews of it so far. So we're happy with that. Then currently today, they're out doing some ditching in Canaan, cleaning up some areas out there, get some water flowing out there. Yeah, and cleaning that up. Then, O'Meara should be back here next week to finish putting rock down the edges of the road on all the
newly paved roads, which will drastically help on some runoffs out there towards Greenbrier and some of our other roads. It's got a little heavier.
Which one was that?
It's Greenbrier
Okay.
out there. Greenbrier.
I know, that's what I'm kind of looking at.
Yeah. And then, John here and Kristen been, working extremely hard here the past couple weeks. I've been in and out, been moving, so that's kind of took a little more time here than I was expecting, but, they helped get all the CCMG paperwork put together and submitted to NDOT, so it's in their hands now. So hopefully they like what we've done, so I want a big shout out to them because it's a struggle, especially when you're new and learning it. And then, I don't know if Matt will have any updates for me yet or not. I haven't really got to talk to him much, but, FEMA, they're probably not gonna fund a couple of things on some, disaster work out there. We're hoping they'll change their mind. We're not real sure yet, so we'll see on that. Like I said, hopefully Matt will give me a little better update on that. And then I needed to ask about the people wanting to do subdivisions. I've had a couple questions here lately. There's one on Michigan Road just north of Madison Township there in the wooded area between Township and the trailer park there. They're wanting to put in several duplexes back there and things. They was calling about wanting to know how much crushed stone and stuff to put in for a drive. What do I need to do to bring this to your all's attention to kind of work this out besides talking to Josh?
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, the UDO will have the specifics on what they need to do for a subdivision.
Okay, I just want to make sure
Yeah.
I'm correct in that,
Yeah.
so,
I mean, there is a part in there where you need to provide the okay with what they're saying, but the
Yes.
UDO's got that information in there, so they
Okay.
can.
I just wanted to make sure it was just brought to my attention here, so I I hadn't got to do much research on it
Yeah,
yet. so.
yeah. We
But I do-
tried to make it such that you didn't. Yeah, well, yeah, that'll be fine. You know,
Yeah,
there should be-
yeah, of course.
So.
I just know that this is gonna be.
Yep.
Something moving forward, there's gonna be more and more subdivisions, so, and everybody's wanting to turn it over to the county as soon as they possibly can. So that's added maintenance to us, added cost to us, and we
Sure, I
just
mean-
wanna be,
There's some specifics in there, what those roads have to be
yes,
before we'll take them.
Yes.
We have a prime example out south of Hanover that's still,
yeah,
well, they will never be accepted, but
yeah. Well, that, and then the drainage from this particular one here will push drainage onto Audubon Park, which is already saturated as it is.
Nightmare.
Yeah, so I don't know if I need to look at the drainage ordinance that I know we've discussed before about, and
we have the final. Now, we're gonna get set up for public hearings and stuff, so
Okay.
it's still not approved, but it should have some specifics that we can look at to
okay.
just get some ideas.
I just didn't wanna have them install this and then
Yeah.
push water and flood a couple
Yep.
of these houses more than they already are, you know?
Do we have an issue there now?
Just a little, about knee deep.
Yeah.
With a little rain.
Yeah, a little rain, yeah.
Waist deep with a little one.
Yeah. And then other than that, I don't think I have much. I do know next week we will be going through and preparing equipment for the winter. I'm not gonna say the nasty four-letter word just yet, but we'll be going through all of our equipment for that to prepare. And then I was going to ask about maybe doing an ordinance for mailboxes this year. It seems to be a growing issue as we're pushing snow off the road. You know, the snow taking out a mailbox, it's not on purpose, it's just one of them, it's part of, you know, getting your road cleared. I don't think that we should be responsible for replacing every mailbox in the county.
You guys gotta stop keeping track of how many you knock out.
Well, they think it's a fun game, yeah, no, they don't, cause they have to go back out in the freezing cold and beat through the dirt to put one back up, but we just wanna make it aware that we're not trying to take out a mailbox or something, trash cans or anything like that, but when you're pushing snow, it's a part of, you know. We just, if we hit somebody's mailbox with the plow truck, we're more than happy to fix it. But, you know, snow doing it, it's just kind of that's not our fault, or we've heard we've been driving too fast or anything like that. It doesn't matter at 5 mile an hour to 25 mile an hour, it will take a mailbox out. So we're just seeing if there's a way that we can kind of alleviate that, so we're not responsible for cleaning the road and then also taking care of somebody's personal property that hasn't been maintained, you know? So, but other than that, that's all I've got. Thank you.
There's stuff in the UDO about mailboxes, but not about replacing mailboxes.
No, I'm not about
There's
replacing
some about distance from roads and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but.
Height
We might
and
be able
all
to link it
that.
together, like,
Yeah.
I mean, if a mailbox is not set in accordance with the UDO, then that could definitely limit liability. I'm not to look into whether or not, like, basically the natural effect of snow. I'll look into it. Appreciate it.
Brandon jumped up. Did,
Brandon.
yeah, there you
Kinda
go.
like a bear.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
We've not been doing a whole lot, just normal business. We're having weekly meetings with our comms coach, trying to get that finished up and then on to the next part. We did put a carrying tote together for the Louisville Regional Airport Authority, their dispatchers. We received the tote in April of 24 when we had the tornadoes come through. And so we've passed that total on to them. Other than that, just business as usual.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Nope, I like what you're doing. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
How big's the tote? Is
I
it
think
this
it's like
big?
12 gallons.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, when I think of totes, I think
Oh,
of totes
Matt.
from over at work, and that's like
Yeah.
thousand gallons.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big
Some in
one.
the cages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was hoping for an update from John and
He was ready.
so, yeah, that's why he hopped up here quick. So we're in the same spot. I think it's just in our hands. We've done, I think, as much as we can do. I think a lot more than what we should have had to do, but this is kind of where we are. So we'll see what they got to say here soon. Hopefully, I'll make some good decisions. Some things we kind of figured, other things we're happy about. So I think it's kind of where else give and take kind of things I think so far. So hopefully, all those things that we think are gonna be in our favor end up being that way. We did a bunch of pictures, research and talk working with IU and their LiDAR and GIS program there in the group. They've been like most helpful. So that's been a good relationship to kind of get started. And the state has done fantastic, with good guidance and making sure that, they're on top of things and they're involved with the process, but giving us good advice and information at each stage along the way. And that's the first time I've been through from start to finish and I still muddle around to do the computer program to get stuff entered and stuff like that. There's still not much information and training out there for it. So it's kind of on the job training and learn as you go, right, John? Yeah. So I'm glad we made it through. And so hopefully they'll come through with same thing with the city. I think with the people that have been here to help us through that have really bent over backwards to try to make sure that everything that we submitted as damaged and reviewed and all that they spent good quality time really looking through the project to make sure that we had all of our I's dotted and T's crossed to get the best award and recovery money as possible for the damages. So I couldn't be more happy with the team that we had and working together with the city and with the county. So I think we've all done a good job as far as getting them as much information as they've asked for and needed, and certainly some relevant stuff to kind of get over some of those things that they're asking. EMPG grant's been submitted, the SHSP grant, I've got that submitted, the application for the EMPG grant's been approved. Let's see, the energy grant.
What about the EIEIO grant? Is that
Exactly. I know it's coming somewhere. It's coming somewhere, but I will say, thank you, Jesus, that this energy grant is over with and that's been finalized. We've got the final letter just the other day and an email from them, so I'm happy about that. And that's a big closeout because I think it's taken forever to kind of put to rest. So glad we're good there. HVAC has been installed in Hanover. Currently we're working with Indiana DNR, a couple of the conservation officers need some help with some drone issues, and they've had some problem with drones and hunters and things like that. So we've been helping them kind of work through some things and with some equipment and some assistance. That's been good. The conference is good, couple great classes that I was able to sit in. Most of them were good information, but two of them really were kind of over the top of it. And the legal issues, it was as awful as that sounds, sorry, Pat. It was rough to get through, but it was really a lot of good information that you know, that you just don't ever get. You just have to sit and muddle through it and work your way through the couple of days. It was a long couple of days, but it was good. Next thing coming up is crisis leadership course, and an active shooter course for emergency managers. That's coming up in Clark County. Be down there for that. And we're starting some cleanup at logistics. We've had a lot of stuff outside, and we've had a lot of COVID leftover supplies. I'm trying to farm this stuff out as much as I can, all that business. And we're just at the point now where we need the space and we need to get out of the way. So we're just gonna start getting rid of some tough stuff that
Garage
we've been
sale,
holding on to. So sorry,
a garage sale.
no doubt. Come on, pick it up for free.
Well,
Yeah, please. So if you need pounds, if you need masks, if you need goggles, and then let me know, and we'll be happy to help you out. And if you need clipboards, we have 2 pouches full of clipboards. So please, if you need those.
how many gallons of hand
We
sanitizer?
really have gotten rid of a lot of that.
Oh,
We had like
good.
5 or 6 pounds of that stuff. But, we took it out to a lot of places and passed it out so they could clean up during after the flood and all that, which is a great idea on body parts. Like, hey, can we get rid of some of that stuff for that? So yeah, but yes, especially if you can. Yeah, we'll take it there. Let's see here, working with on a project with Clark County, to help stock that, the logistics building with some more disaster supplies, just for stock. They've got a line on a few things, so we're working together to make sure we get that thing wrapped up and pushed through. Wrapping up some IPC things, got a handful of future classes coming to try to get into some higher level, bigger courses that they offer, at either the National Fire Academy or Institute and or around the country. They're kind of few and far between, so they're a little difficult to get, but I'm looking for the operations section chief. Kim's looking at going to the financial section chief course, so looking forward to that. And before I get done, because it was kind of a quick in and out, and I think you missed the next meeting or two that you guys were at. So the state of Indiana, their Office of Technology Department, they asked for some recommendations all that bit. Out of 92 counties, Brandon was one of those that was given an award out of his or out of the 92 counties, that his project with the computer aided dispatching and the what do you call it now?
Comms coach.
Comms coach, yes. So Brandon, if you'd like to come up and get your award again. So and again, out of 92 counties, this guy's really he's pulled off of pretty awesome, so. Any questions? Sorry.
No, that's nursing home, they'll use the gallons.
Yeah, I called and called and called and called.
I know Hanover Nursing will take them.
Go ahead, you're up.
Yeah, so there's just running. Decent, there's not really a whole lot that I need to update on, just the light, you still get some cleaning there.
I'll take care of the light.
We're going pretty good. Any questions?
Oh, thank you, Trish.
Keep the water running on Sunday?
Yeah, that.
Yep, go ahead, Brian. You be here.
Jason, my mailbox is good. If you could pound snow at the end of my driveway, I appreciate that. Or get out and shovel when you come through. Tell the guys out here. After that. I think I filled you guys in on pretty much everything going on. The wetlands, haven't heard any more. Corps of Engineer funding is supposed to run out at the end of the day today. I called, our consultant this morning, left a voicemail, and they haven't heard back. So I don't know if they'll have funding to continue next week or if they'll be furloughed. So that's kind of up in the air. That's about it. Everything else I think I filled you in my email the last few days, so should be good. Any questions on anything? Cool, all right.
Yep, thank you, Brian. Okay, Lindsay, how are you this morning?
Good.
Seen you once already, yeah.
Yeah. Different hat.
Yeah.
So we've been doing business flu clinics, so flu and some COVID in the health department, but we've also been going to local businesses. Doing flu clinics, like we normally do that during respiratory season, is what we call it. And then we've been doing our school clinics, so we've gotten into most of the schools around here and help bridge that gap. And then after working with Heather a lot, like a lot, on our budget, we are currently, 2 people permanently, 2 people down at the health department. So we're working on readjusting, some job duties and making some adjustments in our office to kind of offset that workload. I will also speak heavily, on Josh, like our working interaction with Josh. So we've had a couple different, opportunities
It's a good word for it.
opportunities to work closely with Josh on a couple different things. So, environmental wise, even though we're down in environmentalists, we're still doing really well in that area and keeping up with things. So I think our offsets and job redistribution has gone decently well so far. Looking forward into next year, because we're kind of into that spot now. So we have a new Indiana food code that's already in effect now, but right now it's more of like educational and more of an educational phase. So the beginning of next year, it's going to take more of an effect. We're currently working on and dissecting our food ordinance, and I don't, it's long. It was a big ordinance, but we haven't quite, it was, okay,
I think it's from the state. What do you expect?
no.
Well, I know, but I mean, the state, I'm sure had a lot of them,
But we haven't quite gotten our directives from the state on what they want us to have in an ordinance, which here recently, they've been a little bit more hands-on with what they want our ordinances to look like. And then, so we are kind of looking at that and seeing how that meshes with the new code. And then in 27, they are going to have a new a mobile food code that comes out. That's gonna be effective in 27. My guess is it'll be about the same as it is now, where they roll it out a little bit earlier than that, hopefully, so we get to kind of educate people on it. So we don't really know what that's gonna look like either, so hopefully that makes our ordinance shorter because we can break them up into 2 different ones. That would be very helpful, because like I said, it was long. I was surprised how big of an ordinance that was. So that's kind of my general update. Yeah, you got any questions about what's been going on?
What do you call this time? The respiratory
Season.
season?
RSP.
That like spring and fall both, or just?
Mostly just winter, when everyone gets kind of like extra sickly and
Yeah,
closed in.
not getting outside.
All right. So all the departments are. Go,
I have something.
go right ahead.
We have some comments, we have some.
I have. So in recent legislation, with everything else that has changed, they have also changed the process for FIT and CVET, which is financial institution tax and commercial vehicle excise tax distributions. So, previously we have been dividing this out into all of the tax driven funds, but now to do that, we have to have the legislative body must identify which fund that the CVET and FIT should go to. So it's estimated around $24,000 twice a year, so a total of about $50,000. And it's my recommendation, because a lot of the funds end up with small amounts down to $43 to $200. For us to just distribute all of that into county general, and it will simplify our process during settlement as well. So, but I do have to have a vote from the legislative board to get that done. And the state deposited the money yesterday, so.
In county general?
Well, it's in the holding.
It's in the holding.
Special project.
Yeah. So,
Available?
that is my main thing that I would gate pretty fast.
So I make a motion, we follow the recommendation from the auditor on the
But
fit and
And
CVAT. Yeah,
distribution,
and to get EIEIO fund into the county general. To be distributed into the county general as opposed to the 12 other funds you were putting it into.
Second.
No other discussion, all in favor, say aye.
the only other thing I was gonna update you on was that
Yeah.
we have, my staff, first of all, I want to thank them. They have been traveling out to every trash site throughout this week, and we have sold over 600 cards at the first 4 locations. So as soon as the meeting's over, I'll be heading to Canaan and Pittsburgh with the staff and hopefully finishing out strong for the week.
Play in the rain.
Yeah,
Thank-
that's it.
Good to see. I don't know what, any comparison to years past. I mean, is that about the same that you?
So I keep a little tally every year. Last year we had bad weather, but every site we have surpassed what we sold last year. So I'm hoping to do that today as well, and then
I'm sure people
have a good
appreciate
year.
it.
Yes,
Right.
and the taxpayers themselves, they have been very appreciative of the program, of us being out there, especially with the construction downtown Madison right now. No one really wants to battle that if they didn't have to. And then also, thank you for still maintaining a trash program, because other counties, we do have some participants that are from other counties, and they thank us for the opportunity to buy a trash card and participate, because their counties are not doing this anymore. They're not offering a service, and they would be stuck with a bill of over $400 a year. So it is a good deal, and hopefully keeping some trash off the roads.
$60 sounds a lot better.
$60 sounds a lot better.
I think we need to give kudos to our drivers too.
Yes.
We got 2 exceptional gentlemen.
2 amazing drivers. And Bob, I know in Chelsea, we sold over 200 cards in Chelsea, which was a lot more than what we've done in the past. And Bob was just as excited as we were that we were able to do this. It was a team effort.
Well, I think
Thanks to Sarah.
I was gonna say our coordinator over there.
Definitely.
Our life's a little easier than what it was in years past, but
As long as the truck is working.
yes, I understand. Something.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep moving forward with that. And having backup plans.
We talked about backup plans and maybe backup truck. Better than. Sarah? Sorry, taking over.
Nope, go right ahead.
We want to ask Connie if she wants to give an update.
Yep.
Can we give an update on?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Did you say me and I was off?
No, I was talking among yourselves. I don't know, you're here.
I absolutely would.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I would like to thank you guys for approval of those opioid funds right now. Those are specifically going to the pretrial officer who goes into our jail every day and helps to make bond, which then helps lessen taxpayers by having people out in our community. With us, so we are continuing to still get grants in. There are a couple ones that are associated federally that we are still waiting for. So budget wise, it still is on track. However, we do not have all of that information to submit to you guys just yet. We do have updated ones that I can then email out to you guys with what the funding we do know. I got Heather, those contracts, we were making sure, my biggest thing too is because this is my first year, end year, and all of these reports and learning those routes. So my also thank you to these ladies, because they have taken a lot of my phone calls and emails and going, okay, one more time with me. So right now, JCAP though, we had our first cohort had their graduation. So the jail chemical addictions program is a 3-month program that we had our first cohort of 4 gentlemen. Where we have intensive therapy, we partnership with LifeSpring, we have additional supportive sobriety communities coming, we have AA meetings there. It's an incredible program. So then at the end of that program, if they are successful, they can modify out to be on community supervision with our office. And then we coordinate that smoother transition. So they come out with support through the sobriety community support through their treatment providers. If they need medications, we try to set them up with financial support as well. So we are very excited for that there. So, but there will be some of us at, there's a small hearing then next week that we will be to celebrate that. So hopefully I'll have some more stuff to be able to report to you guys on that. You guys have any questions?
Keeps you busy.
It does, but I'm learning, so I'm appreciative.
We are.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody from the community have anything? Bob? Are you good? Come on, Bob, you're it.
I do have a question about the opioid settlement funds. I just watched you guys vote to approve funds, which was great for that program. But my understanding has been that there's supposed to be a designated committee to disperse those funds. And that committee hasn't been designated in this community. So I'm just kind of curious how this process works. If anybody can explain that to me.
So we've looked into, I mean, is it a recommended?
It's a recommendation, it's not
Yeah,
required.
it's a recommended that you have a committee. And people that have wanted to be part of it are ones that have asked for funds. And so we're like, okay, we've not asked for funds, so we're probably gonna listen to folks and then make those determinations and then move forward that way for now.
So for now, you guys are the committee that's deciding.
Yes,
So is there some process for how you're deciding how to distribute those funds? 'Cause I know a lot of organizations have asked for funds, and so like, how are you deciding who to give funds to and when and?
so as I mentioned, when we talked about the other one, we were waiting to see what the JCAP program, how much it was gonna cost us, because that first and foremost was where we wanted the funds to go. It would make no sense to use those funds elsewhere if we couldn't provide a program in the jail. Once again, we built a 309 bed jail. We had 300, it's over 300.
309.
309. Then we have 109 and we moved to this and we realized, yeah, we could have built it 500. And if we didn't do anything, it would still never be big enough. So, like I said, we've been working through that to make sure we've got enough funds to sustain that. Once again, to do it for 2 or 3 years and then say, well, sorry, we're out of money, we're gonna close this down. So, we've had people come in and talk to us. We've done some investigation on those requests. Some people have come in and asked for all of it. Well, sorry, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna try to distribute it fairly to different groups. So that's kind of our plan right now. Probably not as well documented and defined as people would like. But that's how we're trying to do it right now.
So you've funded the big programs that were sort of priority for you guys. So, I mean, are we at a point where you're now looking to fund some of the other projects or?
Yeah.
And how will you decide that?
Well, I mean, the one in the court services was a little more urgent than some of the others. And so that's why that was first, and then David Sutter had come to us and asked for funds as well. So we're still working through that timing, and hopefully before the end of the year, we'll have more that we can we'll be awarding.
Would you say that the ones that you awarded today both have to do with, closely related to the jail project that you were already trying to spend money on anyway?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, but some of the other ones that have come to us are maybe not in the jail, but of a similar purpose or objective, so. We'll try to get a timeline together and let you know about when we think this is gonna happen. Once again, it takes some time to investigate. It's nice for people to come and talk to us, but oftentimes you do need to do a little investigating into things to make sure that, yeah, that's where we want the funds to go. Sorry, Ron, you probably should.
No, yes, you're good. Let's say we still got to answer to State Board of Accounts on On all these funds, don't we have
You have limited and unlimited too.
secure and unsecure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
It's great to get a big chunk of money, but
is it?
yeah. Interesting.
There you go, to the ARP fund,
Yeah.
handing that out. Oh. Anyway.
Anyway, good question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody else? No other questions from the audience. All right, well, Dave, anything?
So, yesterday we received the final version of the stormwater management ordinance. We'll get that out to everyone to review. And then we'll look at the timing and stuff to set up for public hearings and getting that, finally adopted. I know it's been a long time, but anyway. I think we're fun to get that finished, and that'll give us some, definitions as to how, new subdivision going in. I mean, I don't know, you look at the one in Hanover and they have a stormwater basin. Is it big enough? And will it just water come in and water go out at the same rate? So hopefully we'll have a little bit better, definitions on what that needs to be. Cause I think we would be silly, once again, in our old ordinance, we had maybe 2 or 3 sentences on stormwater. So we need more, and so trying to work that out and make it not so it's, so over the top, but still trying to give people some definitions. Cause right now, if we have a stormwater issue in someone's yard, we can't do a thing with it because it's not alongside of the road. And so hopefully this will, I mean, there's gonna be some things that have to be set up, funding wise to help fund these things to happen. But, when someone grades their land such that they dump all the water, I mean, just like what he was talking about with the subdivision going into Audubon Park, I mean, you gotta have some way of dealing with it. Right now, they can come to us and ask us, but I think at the end of the day, they'd have to file a civil suit against their neighbor if they had done that, and I'm not sure. I think it also will prescribe that people talk to each other, which I know is difficult, but sometimes that needs to happen first.
Like some of the issues out at the fairgrounds and subdivisions out
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, cause,
you know about that too.
I mean, it was already an issue and it's,
Still. an
it
issue.
went from ankle deep to waist deep, I think, in that one too. Anyway, so that's what we got.
Bob, got anything?
Yeah, we had our public defender board meeting Wednesday, and for those of you who don't know, we get 40% back for the court-appointed attorney fees, where before we set that up, the county was out all of it. So I'm happy to report, first 3 quarters, we have received over $293,000 back, so, and that's not even this quarter, so.
Yeah.
That's just roughly 500 grand that we don't have to come up with. We can do something else for the county, so it's moving along nicely. It's been a good program. That's it.
That's it. I don't have anything today either. Still working on the juvenile detention center transformation downtown and waiting on the state to come and inspect. That's it.
Maybe we adjourn.
Second Dave's motion.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Thank you all for coming.